Ever heard of brain drain? Blizzard has done something remarkably stupid again that will impact the quality of their games. They've ended most work from home policies and are demanding employees return to the office. This will undeniably impact what you see in terms of content going forward from Blizzard. Talented developers who value work from home will not accept this and will be quitting for other jobs. And I can guarantee you that there are many developers who value work from home. Now, I'm a software developer by trade currently and have been in the industry for a while, and the last few years my jobs have been fully remote, and so this is an area that I'm extremely well versed in, and I guess the fact of doing a video very passionate about. Let me tell you exactly my life experience with this so that you can get a grasp of what a big deal this is. So I went to university for 2 degrees and I never did finish my PhD, at least not yet, and I would commute to university from home for about 1 hour there, 1 hour back, so 2 hours total, until it was winter because I live in Canada, in which case in like January, hell, even sometimes in November, it rarely was less than 1.5 hours each way, so 3 hours of day burnt just on commuting. And even after that, I worked jobs going downtown, which again required a ton of movement, and downtown where I live, especially after the pandemic, is frankly a very unsafe place and not where I want to live. Personal opinion, personal choice, and one that I made. So I kept going. 3 hours as I was saving up, and to this day I still have been saving up a down payment, and with recent life events that may require a move, I'm very glad that I didn't buy anything yet. But imagine, just do it for yourself, being able to reclaim 3 hours of your day. Imagine not needing to pack lunches or spend $25 on a meal downtown. I wish I was exaggerating, or just because of the ridiculous upcharges. It was insane. And this was something that was even in the news clamored in horror about, oh no, the downtown core isn't being filled with people overpaying for a frankly pretty shitty sandwich that what will we do? Or like a box of cookies, 5 cookies was like $10. It was absolutely stupid. I don't think it's a very hard or very controversial thing to say, this is a perk, this is a very big deal. That's 15 hours a week. And now instead I can spend that time on other things like my YouTube channel, like my website relaunch, which is still underway, like being able to even get up off of my desk to cook something at home and fresh. It has been revolutionary. And don't tell me that the stuff that they served was fresh. That $25 stuff was bad. Not to mention, I did sell my car when I got my first work from home job. I just wanted more down payment money. And I also don't really need to pay car insurance. I don't pay gas. I don't have wear and tear on the vehicle. I don't need to, or I guess I could, but I don't really need to spend money on the glitz glam suits for those horrible corpo meetings where they're like, yeah, you can't wear a t-shirt. Well, as a developer, okay, but new shoes I'd wear out every few months, or the rest. It saved a lot. Like, let's talk about the gas too, because people talk a lot about the environment these days. Work from home where I don't need to burn money on gas helps that. Just saying, my 3 hour a day contribution to like the environment, that's gone now. In sum, I probably saved well in excess of $10,000 a year being remote. That is definitely a low ball, and I saved 3 hours of time per day that I could use to say sleep in or work on other stuff. Now let's talk about workplace performance, and this is a huge point that not enough people talk about. OpenOffice was designed by an insecure moron with trust issues. It is not improving my quality of work and never has, and I have definitely done it, unfortunately. It makes me feel uncomfortable and like I'm honestly like a sardine in a can with zero privacy whatsoever. Do you know what's nice? Mask off moment. This is a huge controversial mask off moment. I'm pretty big and pretty tall, and I'm getting back into bodybuilding after a 3-year hiatus, and I fart a lot. Mask off 100% here. My protein farts could literally kill a horse, and I am pretty sure that that's not an exaggeration some days. You do not want to be in an open office plan with me, and I don't want to even be a part of that because obviously that's embarrassing. And even as I was doing this recording, I had to pause the recording because I just unleashed Ultima like I was in Praetorium. Such devastation wasn't my intention, but it happened. I think that point in and of itself, just completely on its own, should be very, very much a perk and a reason. But we're gonna keep going here. A very big and important and very pragmatic thing that every manager should want for their developers is context switching. or lack of context switching, people that break my focus. Most developers know this well, but when you get into a flow state and you're slamming out code like you're a pro NBA player doing dunks into the hoop, when some moron in the office decides to prod you in the shoulder even though you have headphones on, which when you put headphones on, that's basically saying, leave me the F alone to everyone, or you'd think it would be. But as this like moron prods you in the shoulder, just jams their fingers into your shoulder blade, and sadly this has happened like way more than just 10 times, way more than just 50 times, because they really need to immediately get your immediate response on this could have been a 2-sentence email on their urgent problem, and now you're broken out of your flow state. You have your train of thought on that, say, threading bug or whatever, just went poof. It's really fun, especially when it's in crunch, and this is a true story. Someone did that to me, and I literally had to do a lot more hours of work because I completely was thrown off and dragged into something stupid. Or even at another job, I even had one guy from marketing come in and literally eat my food. Like, grab it off my desk without even asking, ram it in his face. Like, bro came straight up and made some small talk as he ate it. And I wish I was joking, and I interpret it as some kind of weird Napoleon complex dominance attempt because he's poorly endowed or something. I thought people in marketing were supposed to have the bare minimum social skills. I was wrong. I could honestly go on and on because I did this for unfortunately years, but more relatable is like a common level understanding that offices and open offices are noisy. I even have one gift from above thinking microwave a tuna sandwich was a good idea. Yeah, no thanks, hard pass. So with all that being said, how does this impact your games? Well, I can tell you that I'm not a unicorn. I am not special. I am very, very much not unique, and I can guarantee you many of the developers that make games that you love are going to absolutely ball-bustingly be pissed at this. Not all of them, because some of them are extroverts. Some people, I guess, enjoy tuna sandwiches being microwaved, open office plans, and smelling my farts. They're probably in my comment section or my Twitter DMs. They're probably the people that leave those shitty, awful comments that I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Probably the hate comments come from them. Can I get a sniff of that? Fucking hate it. More to the point, and I know tons of friends of mine in real life, in person, who I have met in person, that I know their face, that went through exactly this scenario where they were called back into the office, which when they get mad enough, they start looking for other jobs. It usually starts with a lot of bitter, angry messages to me and then come and ask me what to do. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you should do. I love my remote job. I haven't been called in. I don't know. And then over time, it might be a few days, it might be a few months, they start looking for other jobs, and the most talented of the bunch land those new jobs really quickly and often with a big, fat, dank pay increase to boot, and being able to stay remote, which obviously sounds like a huge win. And I have kind of been a little jealous at times. I'm like, shit, maybe I should do that. But do you know what you don't want to happen to your video games? Exactly what I just said. You don't want your talented developers, the people making the stuff you enjoy, to say, screw this, I'm finding another job, and taking their invaluable, irreplaceable domain knowledge, skill, passion for their craft, and investment into their skill set to get to the point whether they are. And you don't want all of that going to another company and who knows where. And trust me, the most talented developers will have absolutely fucking zero problem whatsoever landing a job. They are the people that these hunters on LinkedIn message constantly. I have been harassed even sometimes by them. 10 calls from the same recruiter where I haven't answered any of the 9 before, literally in one day. It's sometimes really bad. But these talented devs will have no issue getting another job. Don't let that confuse you. Is the economy that great in 2023? No, they won't have an issue getting a job. Trust me. If you don't think programming skills are transferable, you're kidding yourself, or trying to like copium that the developers aren't going to suddenly leave. Oh my god, the most talented developers at Blizzard will never be able to get another job. Are you kidding me? I know people where I live, co-workers at one time that worked at a game studio, and then one works in oil and gas now, another in workforce management, another works at a tax company, and there's more. Especially in development world, C#, C++, Java, Python, TypeScript, React, Vue, all are transferable skills, not to mention problem solving in general. If you are stubborn, if you're determined, if you know how to learn, you will succeed in this career, and your skills will transfer. Guarantee you, if someone knows how to do stuff in an Unreal Engine, that they can transfer that to developing, say, a CRUD app at an enterprise. So yeah, bad call. Very, very bad call by Blizzard. Given this is going to impact their games that I love, this makes me sad. Blizzard just chosen to do the standard corpo BS that I guess we should all expect at this point, which is actually a shame.